The most important thing I use for craft room organization is this thing on my desk. It is right in front of me. It's a shelf that I made myself out of cardboard and hot glue, very simple. It has this little basket with fabric scraps in it, a glass with water, these envelopes, and all kinds of tools that I need constantly as I craft. This shelf is essential for me working on my journals. I have lots of little containers with things in it, and every now and then I switch out the pieces that I use, so I'm always up to date and I only have stuff in it that I really use. I use these plastic containers. They were originally from Ferrero Rocher chocolates, which you can buy in these, but they are super handy, and I just built a shelf to have them fit in the squares, and they have all the things that I like to use. I also have my ink pads, this little bowl to mix paint in or to use glue with, glue sticks, and all kinds of stuff in it that I really use every day, all the time. So this is absolutely essential for my desk. Over there, I have another little shelf like that, which it's actually turned on its side. It was the first shelf that I made like this to hold my alcohol ink markers, but it also has X-Acto knives, playing cards, and other stuff in it. It's just an awesome way to organize your stuff. Folders also join me on my desk because they are extremely useful to hold a large amount of little things. For example, I have this folder which holds all my vintage bottle labels. I found them all on a flea market, and I organized them in here so I can have them all on display. When I just flick through, I just see what is there. Then I have this folder which contains some of my stickers, not all of them, but the ones that I use every now and then. And there's this folder, which is the most important one. It holds all my stencils and the sleeves, which I use. I made myself. The ones which are split in the middle, I just sewed with my sewing machine, and then I cut it open from one side so it holds small stencils. I made these envelopes which sit on top of my little self-made shelf, and they hold all the little things that I cut out of books, just organized into topics so I can always find what I need. They look like this. You open them with the string. Sometimes it's a bit of a fight, especially if you're filming with one hand. And then when you fold it open, it actually has this tray that folds out so nothing can fall out and you can rummage through everything. A tutorial on how to make these will be in the description of this video. Super handy. This is how I keep my stamps and my dies. They are both in little boxes. To the left are my stamps and to the right currently are my dies. The dies I keep in a vintage little box that I found in a thrift store, and I just have the stamps like this standing up so I can flick through them to find the stamp set that I like, and this works great for me. Also, I have the acrylic block right in the front so I always know where it is. And the dies are organized like this, mounted onto magnet plates in little foil bags, and I put a sticky note on top with a description on what the die cuts are about. Drawers are another thing which are really important on my desk. I have these small drawers, then this little drawer thing, and these drawers, also these drawers. So drawers, yes, I love drawers. There's another one even under my desk here, and this huge drawer which holds all my little ribbons. These small things hold stuff that I don't use so often, like lace bands, sticky notes, some tags, a few little knickknacks that I don't use all the time. And these are my main drawers. The top drawer I use so often that it's mostly open the entire time while I'm crafting. You can see it's right next to me, so it's very useful. It has all my tools that I use to work with my ink pads and some ink pads and punches. Very, very great drawer. And the next one has a load of stickers, like all the stickers that I have, and some more ink pads. The next drawer has all my ink sprays, a few design papers in small format, my gilding wax, embossing stuff, embossing powder, some tapes, double-sided tapes, then my sprays, which are alcohol and acrylic ink sprays, and these small containers which have ink that I can splatter with a paintbrush, like gold splatters and other colors that I mixed myself. This drawer is a hot mess. It has all kinds of paints and paintbrushes, watercolor, acrylic paints, yeah, quick seal too, rust dye, alcohol ink bottles, just a whole bunch of stuff, mostly paint things. I already told you that drawers are important because they are, and here is why. This drawer contains my medium-sized scraps, and this drawer contains my tiny-sized scraps. Here are stuff that I need on my current projects. And this has washi tapes and all kinds of cool decor things, and I can just take out a drawer and put it on my desk while I work. And this is life-changing. I can put it anywhere and keep the stuff that goes in there, put it back as I use it, and it stops my desk from turning into a hot mess. It goes right back in. It had some sticking out parts that would keep the drawers from coming out, but I just cut that off. And this I even made myself. This is a paper tray thing from IKEA, and I made out of cardboard these drawers, which I also can take out all the way, put it on my desk, and rummage around in it. This is my really large scraps in all kinds of colors, mostly neutral, because that's what I like. And it's incredible how much you can store in these drawers, and it's so handy to just put it on your desk and keep these things in there, put them back in there to manage the mess and stop it from happening, because I really need that. Otherwise, if I have to spend 3 minutes to find my scissors, I'm not having fun. Here I have tissue paper and gloves when I'm inking stuff up, and it's just awesome. Love these. So I sort random papers by color in this ginormous awesome thing. It's just a paper organizer or document organizer, and if I work on a specific project with specific colors, I organize them here and I can just pull them out and use them. As you can see, there's a lot of actual packaging. As you can see, this is like soap packaging, magazine pages, everything that has purple. And here we go with red. Just put it in there, and this holds so many papers. It's fantastic to organize papers by color, if you like colorful papers. There's even some space in here, gold papers, gray, more yellowy gold, just all kinds of things nice and organized. So sorting papers by color is one way to do it. Here's another thing that I do color organizing wise. I have a organizer for white papers and an organizer for brown papers, and these are from all kinds of random places. I just cut them to shape so I can store them in this container, and I have them at hand when I need them. These are coffee dyed or just all kinds of random neutral brownie papers. I love this thing because I pull out papers from it all the time to write on it, to use them in my journals, and I constantly put papers in it and take out of it. So it's a hot mix of neutral colored pages. Just cool. And of course, this is also a way to sort papers by size. Up here are big pages, although this basket is a bit of a mess, but it has mostly big pages that are letter size or A4 size. This is not really organized by color. It's just a basket that I stick stuff in when I don't feel like organizing, or I just a bunch of random things. So this is basically a place for big stuff and envelopes of all sizes. Some more smaller scripts. So here, of course, my drawers again. These are medium-sized scripts, I would say. Like, they're not letter-sized anymore. Just a stage after that. Here's even tinier ones of all kinds of colors. So these are my smallest scripts, and that's how I organize by size. When you craft, you don't want to lose your flow. So I have this bookshelf that is not right next to my desk. It's on the other side of my craft/bedroom. And it has all these awesome images. These are all found on flea markets, some vintage maps here, old books. So as you prepare, make sure you grab books that you want to use for your current project and that you actually carry them to your desk before you get started. Flick through the pages, find what you like. For example, this image, and then either copy it. I have this printer which has always a load of stuff on top, as it has to be, or you rip out the page, but I don't really like to do that. I usually do copies. And you just have your stuff ready. For example, here's another example. I have these buttons which have pretty specific colors, this yellow and blue, which I used for my ephemera journal. My ephemera journal is made in this mostly turquoise and yellow tones next to neutral tones. So I specifically found yellow and turquoise buttons before I started. So that is really important to not interrupt your flow. Find things, put them on your desk so you can use them as you're going, because you don't want to get up and walk around to interrupt anything that you're working on. Isn't that yummy? I highly recommend you do a current project box. So this is my current project. It's my ancestors journal and it has mostly neutral colors. It sits over here right now. But when I work on my journal, I do not put it on my desk because I need the space to access my sewing machine. And usually I have my scraps on my desk, so there is no room for my current project box. So what I do is I pull out one of these drawers. This is my ink sprays. I need those often, so I use the one below, which has the acrylic paints that I don't need all the time. And I put that box here. So it's right by my side and I can rummage through these things. The things in here is, well, they were taken as I was shopping from my stash. I think Louisa Heinze said that term one time. You can see I still can open the top drawer with my most important stuff, tools and stuff. This is, by the way, how I hold my heat gun. This is actually a bucket holder from a retail store. So this is my project box and there's only things in here I need for my current project. I went shopping in my stash for my project and put all things I need in the box. So as you can see, it holds tea bags, papers of neutral colors. Just before you get started with the project, put everything you want to use in one box so you don't have to go through your entire stash for every little piece that you want to use. Right here, I can just search through the box if I need something. It's all here and this is all going to be used for my project. Put stuff in there that you think you would like to use. Of course, you don't have to use these things, but you might. If they match your project, they should go in the box. So they are in your reach right when you need these things. This is to give you an idea on what could go in the box. Stickers, papers, tags, everything you like. And in the back of the box here, you can see currently the signatures of my current project. The one on the right are still empty, and these ones on the left, or the one on the left is finished, the first finished signature. So this box is super handy and keeps you from being overwhelmed. So this was all the stuff that I use and all my main organization tricks and tips for you. I hope there was something amongst the things that you like and that you might want to try out for yourself. All of these ideas are supposed to help you crafting and to stay in your flow as you work. I hope you enjoyed this video and let me know in the comments if any of these ideas are interesting for you and you're going to try it. Thank you for watching!